Hey guys, Nevin here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do your own SEO. So with this process, it's relatively simple and easy. Doesn't take too much time, but it does take a little bit of a commitment on your end to go through and do it. I'm going to cover some of the most basic things to get started, and then I'll also touch on a few things that you can do for ongoing SEO to, kind of keep things rolling. A lot of that's going to include blog posting, social media content, on Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, and YouTube. So I'll touch on that towards the end. But to start this video, I want to dive into the on-site optimization, things you're going to do on the website, on the first page to start optimizing. So in this example, I'm using an epoxy flooring website, but it works the same way for pressure washing, detailing, housekeeping services, whatever industry you're in. It works the same way, same principles. So the very first thing, I'm going to use this as a reference. This is our site. This is everything we go through for SEO. Um, I'm just going to go through this whole list and kind of show you how it works. So the page titles, you want to include a keyword and a location. So as you can see here, step one, this is a page title. Well, this is a H1 tag. So you can see here on the text box, it says heading 1, goes all the way down to H6. You only want to have one H1 tag per page. Your H1 tag is essentially the most important keyword on the site because that tells Google the main premise of that page. So it's super important that you have that. Now let's go touch on the site titles. In order to do that, you're going to click the settings gear over here, and then you're going to come up to where it says SEO. Now, you can also, you see here all site icons, you want to upload your icons as well. It's super easy, just upload your logo. But then click on SEO, and this is where you're going to set your site title. This is super important. I like to go epoxy flooring services or whatever your keyword. And if you're pressure washing, it would be pressure washing services in, or again, whatever your main keyword is, plus your location. It's super important you put in a main location. And I understand if you service multiple locations that you may want to put, you may not want to limit yourself to one, but it's super important. Most of your work's going to be a Pareto distribution anyway. You're probably going to get majority of your work from one or two cities. So pick whichever city you're going to get most of your work from and target that location. And then across your site, you can target other locations as well. So once you set your site title, now you're going to have your description. What I like to do is write a fluid sentence that makes sense. Try to keep it around 160 words or less. As you can see here, it limits you to 320, but different SEO things are going to give you different answers on that. So you could just keep it in, under that range. Um, and you could fill in whatever works here, but you see here I use another keyword, garage floor coating, which is a relatively popular keyword. And if you're not sure about what keywords are most common, you can use Google itself. Just type in a keyword, and it's going to go scroll all the way to the bottom, and it'll say frequently asked questions or other questions, and you can kind of look through those. You can also just learn from your customers, the questions that they ask you, and the keywords. They say this doesn't really help with your SEO much, but um, I'll fill it out just for the benefit of the doubt. Epoxy flooring is the main keyword. So there's that. That's the site title. Now you also have page titles. So this is the title of each individual page. So you can see here we've got, I believe it's around 6 pages on this particular site. Your site might have 10 pages. Your site might have 3 pages. Just depends on what you've done with your site. But what you're going to do here for each page is click on the gear icon, click on SEO, and now you see this page title is empty. So you want to fill in your page title for each page, which is really nice because this gives you an opportunity to rank for those other keywords. So epoxy flooring might be your main one, but you might have 6 other services. In this case, concrete polishing, floor coating, decorative concrete, garage floor coating, industrial epoxy, commercial. So you can rank for all of those keywords by following this process. Go to the page title, and in this case, because this is our main keyword, go epoxy flooring. This is actually how I do it. I'll just go epoxy flooring service, and then the business name, and then the location. And that gives you flexibility because if you go and duplicate this page, you can duplicate this page, for your main location, and then create the same exact page for your top 10 locations or your top 20 locations. And that's just more of that advanced stuff that I was mentioning earlier, where you can really take it very far and make your site super advanced. Now with page description, just say, So again, just use a sentence. Don't stuff it with keywords, but make sure you do get some keywords in there because that's the whole purpose of this. Image. Just upload your logo. And this is just a demo site, just for educational purposes. And then again, do that for all of your pages. I'm not going to go through it because I don't want this to be a super long video, but I think that you get the concept when I say that. Um, so we just covered that. Now move on to images and the alt text. So again, this is another tool, SEO tool that is built in. So here's an image, right? You scroll down and you'll see alt text, tulip, and caption. Now, I like to put the alt text in the tulip as well because this is describes to the search engine what the contents of that image are. So this is another huge thing that you can utilize to improve your SEO. This image is a background for a row, so that one you can't set the alt text, but any image widget you can. So here we have another icon, as you can see. So we'll say this one, garage floor coating. Same thing with the tulip. Then you go to the next one and say commercial decoding. You want to make sure you get all your keywords in there. Whatever the image describes, put that in there for the alt text. And again, it would be the same way for any industry. Whatever keyword you are, put that in. I think this is another column background, so you can't set the alt on those. But on these little icons here, a lot of people overlook icons like this. When it's just like a kind of a abstract icon or something like that, you could just put epoxy flooring, whatever your main service location is. Super easy. Here we have a gallery where you can do the same thing. Scroll down to each image. Epoxy flooring. That one, okay. Well, actually, epoxy flooring. And then maybe you want to put in another location, right, instead of your main one. And then you just go down. So that covers the alt text. This right here is an FAQ section, which is really important for local SEO as well. You can see here it says enable FAQ schema, which is super important for SEO. So you can put one FAQ section per site. That's a little bit more of an advanced thing, but it's still useful. At least one keyword optimized video on your homepage. Now, this is sort of optional because it has a trade-off. It is going to make your site load slightly slower, but it also does have an SEO benefit in the fact where you title that video whatever your main keyword is. Title it, again, location, same thing we've been doing, and it's going to help your ranking as well. So in order to do that, all you have to do is, what I like to do is just add a row, and then I'll add a column to this row, and you go to the widget section, and you want to pull in a video, and then I don't have any videos of my own, but what you would do is just record a little video. I'm just going to show you an example of how it would work. You can upload your video on your YouTube channel. Once it's uploaded, you'll just copy that link, paste it in, and that's all there is to it. To add a video. Now, to make a video is super easy. Just record your process and put it up there. It's really easy. Or you can make like slideshow videos and stuff like that. Now, I'm not going to actually keep this one on here because it's obviously not my video, but that's how that process works. Only one H1 tag per page, which we covered. Individual page for each service and keywords. Another important thing that's really helpful for your SEO. So you might have house washing, roof cleaning, pressure washing, or in the epoxy world, whatever, commercial, industrial, garage floor coatings, basement services, stuff like that. It's nice to have an individual page for each service. That's going to be really useful for your SEO. Create a page for each service location. This is something that I like to do, and like I mentioned earlier, so you might have Harrisburg as your main location. So you could see here, garage floor coating in Harrisburg. What I like to do is just come up here, duplicate this page, and just call it epoxy flooring, and let's just say Dillsburg, because Dillsburg might be another one of your service areas and you want to rank there as well. So then what you would do is come here and go to the SEO settings and then change this from Harrisburg to Dillsburg. And then what I usually like to do is hide it in navigation so it doesn't show up right there. Show up right here. And then right here where it says Harrisburg, change that to Dillsburg. And then everywhere on that front page where it says Harrisburg, you change it to whatever your other service location is, and you do that for as many locations as you want. Local business schema, another very important thing and huge benefit to our site builder is that it's built in. All you have to do is come to content, business info, and then right here it says enable local business schema. You're going to review and enable. Then you're going to enable it. Now, in order to increase it, make sure that your phone number is filled out, email. I recommend fill out a Facebook link. Twitter's not necessary, but Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Yelp is relatively useful. LinkedIn, if you use LinkedIn, and Pinterest isn't a terrible idea either. And then set your business hours and your price range. Those are things that really help your schema. And then you can come to business text and write a little about us section, and that's all going to automatically push your business schema. If you're not sure what business schema is, you could look it up. It's basically a collaboration effort amongst all the major search engines to make the search content more readable and more useful. So again, if you want to look that up, you can do a deeper dive into it. If you're using a site like WordPress, and they make it so overly complicated because you have to go get all these plugins just to do some of this basic stuff we've covered already, like local business schema, you have to go get a separate plugin and do all this. This here, it's automatically built in, so you don't have to worry about it. So that's local schema, and then you've got your sitemap set up. So this is another pretty easy task right here. For your sitemap, what I like to do is just go to Search Console, start now. Now you can't do your search map until you've published your site. So once you publish your site, you come to Google Search Console and sitemap, and you can see we already have one right here. But in order to get your sitemap, all you need to do is go to your site, just pull up your website. Oops, wrong one. Go to your website, put a /, and then put sitemap.xml, and then it's going to bring up this, and all you have to do is copy this link right here, and then you'll go back to Search Console, and I already set this up, so that's why you see mine already set up, but you will see an option to paste in that sitemap, and it'll automatically connect it for you. And so boom, what that does is it makes it easier for your site to be indexed as well inside of Google, which is going to accelerate your process of actually ranking your site in the different pages on your site. The robot.txt, another beautiful thing, that's automatically done for you. So another beautiful thing, it's already done. And then set up Google Search Console. So go to Google Search Console. This is another reason why I recommend purchasing your domain name from Google Domains, because if you purchase from Google Domains, you log into Search Console, click a button, it's already connected for you. If you use a platform like GoDaddy or any other platform to buy your domain, then you're going to have to install a custom DNS record, which is a little bit more techy. It's not super hard. If you have common sense, you'll be able to do it, but it's going to take longer. There's always a bigger risk that you might make a mistake and it's cause problems. So I just recommend Google Domains. Makes it super easy. And that's pretty much the bulk of on-site optimization. Obviously it's going to take you a little bit longer than that because you're going to want to go through each page and write paragraphs. Now, actually, I didn't really touch on that too much. Your written words are actually very important on your site. You want to make sure you put keywords in. Write little paragraphs here. Like in this case, you can see here for garage floor, we wrote just a simple paragraph describing garage floor coating services, right? And same thing with industrial and commercial. Here's another little paragraph. Expert epoxy flooring service you could trust. You want to make sure you're using keywords all throughout your site. In ways that make sense. You don't obviously want to do keyword stuffing, which is where you just paste a bunch of random keywords in that don't make sense, basically. You want to make sure you're using sentences in a way that is easy to understand and makes clear sense. So that's important, but that's also common sense, in my opinion. And then that was on-site. Then you've also got your GMB, which is there's so many videos. I'm not going to go too deep into GMB because it's in my opinion pretty straightforward. You just want to set it up properly, make sure you use correct information, and if you need help, there's so many videos online to easily do that. I also recommend set up a Facebook page and optimize it, put content, and then anytime you make a post on Facebook, link back to a corresponding page on your site. So if you make a post about, commercial pressure washing, uh, you should have a link to a commercial pressure washing page on your site, not the homepage. You can do the homepage in most cases, but try to correlate as much as possible and make more sense. And then you can always go boost that post to your commercial audience, and then it'll make more sense. And then I also like to do create 40 business citations at least. Things like here, Foursquare, Yelp, Yellow Pages, and there's many other ones available. There are even certain ones specific to an industry. Um, so you can actually go through and create a listing for pressure washing market or for epoxy. I'm not sure if there are any on epoxy. I'm sure there will be at some point in the future. Um, but it's super simple. It's a little time consuming, but it's well worth it in the long run. And then for an ongoing phase, I like to recommend blog posting. The easiest way is come in here to your blog. It starts you off with just kind of like some demo ones to show you. Just delete the demo ones that are in there, and then just click new post. Post title, most important thing, and then you could say, epoxy flooring FAQs. This is always a really good blog post to start off with, an FAQs post, because it gives you a great opportunity to just use a ton of keywords that customers have asked. So like, how much does epoxy flooring cost? Is epoxy flooring affordable? Things of that nature. What materials are used in epoxy flooring? Just basic questions that a customer would ask, and you can rank posts like this very easily, and then make a corresponding video, upload the video just like I showed you earlier. And that's pretty much the gist of it. That's how you can do your own SEO. That's what an SEO company will do for you. Um, but it's one of those things, if you have the time to do it, you don't have the money to pay for it, then do it yourself. If you don't have the time and you have the money, then pay somebody to do it. But that's it, guys. That's just a brief overview how to do your own SEO and save yourself $500 a month. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.